You might be wondering where I am. Well, I'm kind of on the border. I think I'm still on my property. I'm on the border between my property and the neighbor's property. And the chickens keep going over to his side of the fence. They literally come over here. There's all these trees that they can get through. And there's a gap between the fence and the trees over there that they can get through. And everybody comes this way to go onto the other side of the fence, which is my neighbor's property, and then they hang out there. They eat stuff on his land, bugs or whatever it is that their particular species likes. And then I have to either open a gate to try to get them back, or they figure out how to get back, or some of them can fly over. Well, recently the ducks have started going over there, just the two youngest ducks, not the main group, the oldest group. Still, I don't want them over there. First of all, I know there are rattlesnakes in all that brush, and it's not safe to be over there. Plus, it's the neighbor's property. I don't want them over there. I don't want anybody going over there. Now, you can't really see it, but right over here is the first set of brush. That's kind of a fence, kind of blocking everybody's access. It's not a real fence, it's a brush fence. But between there and my fence is all this open room. I mean, it's kind of crowded if you're a human being, but if you're a chicken or a duck or a guinea or even a goat, I know on occasion that they've gone over here. So first I tried I wired some of the, I don't know if you can see a little bit, fencing. It's 4-foot fencing, just had it lying around here. Wired it to the corner post of my goat paddock fence. And I leaned it up against all the cedar, kind of trying to block the access. And for several days, nobody came over. I mean, everybody was staying on my side of the fence. But it only lasted a couple days. And then I came over here, and the fence was literally lying on the ground. It wasn't doing any good whatsoever. So, I mean, they could just walk over it or walk under it. Either way. And so I have been trying to cut a path. But I want a fence through here. And so I grabbed, since I started with this, and this is the longest piece of fencing, scrap fencing I've got on the property. And so I've been weaving, I weaved it through the center trees, and I've been cutting down branches. I haven't cut down any actual trees, just branches. And I've been trimming the branches on this one side of the tree so that I can use that tree as a T-post. What? Are you trying to lay down? Are you digging that all up to lay down? Because you're digging, I'm getting all dirty. You're digging the dirt onto me. Prairie, that has got to be soft enough for you. So just lay down. Well, folks, the fence is up. I had to call a neighbor, my wonderful, helpful neighbor, to come help me put in the T-posts. I'd been hoping that I could just use trees and stuff, but that became clear that wasn't going to work. So I called and asked for some help, and he came over, and believe it or not, we didn't have to use the hammer drill. He actually found spots to where he could pound these T-posts in. Now I had these just lying around. They were for a different project from years ago, just excess. So my neighbor just pounded all these right into the ground. Now sometimes he hit rock and had to move it an inch or two, but he managed to succeed. And I would help pull the fence, work as a come-along. We didn't use an actual come-along. And he managed to get the fence all the way to that tree. I was wanting to get it to this tree. That's as far as I was able to get it when I didn't have any T-posts in the ground. But with his help, we got it all the way to that tree. So it blocks a lot more area. And there's just a small area over there between that tree and that brush. I don't know if you can see the brush over there. I'll go over there and show you what it looks like over there. Okay, here's the blockade of brush, and I've been adding brush right up to these trees here. So you can see they can wiggle through here with a lot of work, and I'll probably add more brush here to block that off. But it's not a free opened area, and it would be much harder for the goats to get down there. Now, if they walk around those trees and beyond, okay, you get to another mound of cedar brush that the goats would have to either climb over. Now, towards the end, they could easily climb over it. It's not very high, but I'm going to rectify that in the coming months as I saw cedar. But for now, any goat, see, here's the goats right over here. They're really close. But any goat coming this way, if it decides to go through the fence right here, or the path right here, is going to meet, I don't know if you can even tell, there's a T-post, there's a T-post. I mean, that's where the fence is. So they won't get far there, and because there's trees so close, I doubt they will, hopefully they won't try to jump over it or push it over or anything like that. They'll just turn around and come back. That's my hope. So we'll see how all this works out, but that's the fence project. Trying to keep all the animals on this side of the boundary line.